People whose lives are in crisis do the best they can with whatever means they have. It is only when they reach the end of their resources that they ask for help. They don't ask for a hand out, but for a hand up, a bridge to get them from a point of despair to one of hope.
I just completed my career with Payless Shoes. I worked with the company for 26 years as a store manager. They filed for bankruptcy, and shortly after I left Payless, I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. So thinking about my husband being the sole provider, if you will, for our family, with me not working anymore, and my circumstances with cancer, I decided to submit an application and received an immediate response. What 210 was able to do for me, they were able to pay for 2 months of my mortgage payments, allowing me to reallocate funds to my medical bills. The compassion that I received from 210 was overwhelming. There are still good people in this world. There are people that will take time and with a little effort and kindness really try and make somebody's life a little bit better.
Each phone call the 210 Social Services team and I receive is a moment of last resort desperation. I can't help but wonder how the lives of all the footwear families that the foundation has helped in our 80 years of service would be different if 210 didn't exist.
My oldest daughter was born with a congenital heart defect, but had been doing extremely well for years. And while I was working for Puma, she just wasn't feeling good, and she went into cardiac arrest and ended up having a stroke. She spent a month in intensive care and then another 2 months in recovery there, waiting to, figure out kind of what our next steps were going to be. I've known about 210 forever. What they ended up doing was paying my rent for the 3 months while we were in the hospital. It was so huge that, it was such just a huge weight off my shoulders and my family's shoulders. It was awesome.
The reality is that 1 in 3 employees in our industry will most likely need 210's help at some point in their footwear career. It's a staggering truth that our team deals with every single day.
My name's Roz. I'm a footwear designer. I've been working in the footwear industry for the past 14 years. My husband is a soccer coach. He's a 35-year-old. He collapsed to the ground next to me having a seizure. I didn't at the time know it was a seizure. I thought he might be having a heart attack. I wasn't sure. An ambulance came. We were rushed to ER. After hours of testing and scans, they told us that they'd found a mass on his brain. A lot of his job was about communication and moving around the field and working with young kids, and so all of a sudden he couldn't use the right side of his body and he couldn't speak. So they're 2 major parts of being able to go to work for him. Your mind goes into overdrive of, how am I going to pay these bills? How much is this going to cost? Will health insurance cover this? And you're thrown into a gauntlet of this world that you never knew existed. When we realized that we'd been accepted to be helped by 210, it was a huge relief. It gave us a big moment of breathing space, helped pay our rent that month, and just took a little bit of pressure off at a time when bills were tumbling in. It was just a really kind and helpful gesture that helped us at a really tough time. Just a big, huge thank you to anyone who supports 210 and the foundation, because there are people with real stories that it makes a difference to.
In an industry of 334,000, 1 in 3 means that more than 100,000 footwear families may need our help right now. It's a little overwhelming to think about, but that is why 210 is here.